Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now the Bitcoin RSI is defending this line of support, which is continuing the bullish divergence. But in the short term, both Bitcoin and Ethereum are running into important resistance, which I'll talk about later in the video. So make sure to watch to the end. First of all, starting off on the daily Bitcoin chart, and right now as of recording this video, the daily Bitcoin RSI is successfully retesting this previous descending line of resistance to flip it into new support. And now technically we still need to wait for a daily candle close in order to actually confirm this bounce here in the daily Bitcoin RSI from this previous line of resistance. But if we do end up seeing that daily candle close take place, confirming the bounce in the RSI from that line, of course, this is a sign of strength in the RSI. Anytime where we break out above resistance and flip that into new support, that is technically bullish price structure. Because, for example, if you're looking at the opposite, what we saw around the beginning of July, the RSI already began a downtrend during the beginning of July. And during that same time, the price of Bitcoin was still trending to the upside, forming higher highs. So, of course, the RSI was a leading indicator already showing weakness before the price began showing weakness. Whereas right now, the RSI is beginning to show some more strength, forming higher highs and higher lows and breaking out above resistance, flipping it into new support. And so far, since this has been happening in the RSI, obviously since the bullish divergence on the daily time frame, which I've been talking about for a while now on the channel, we've clearly seen a bullish relief over the last 1 to 2 weeks or so since around 25k. And so this is why it is important to see that daily candle close to actually confirm this bounce and retest in place in the daily Bitcoin RSI, because once again, if this confirms and looks more bullish again in the RSI, then once again that can lead to more bullish price action in the price of Bitcoin. And as for the daily Bitcoin MACD, as of right now, this is still showing very low momentum, which once again means, at least in the somewhat shorter term, we do not currently have a strong direction on the chart, at least for now. And of course, right now the price of Bitcoin is still trading above this important area of support, sitting in between around 24.3k to 25.3k. And so even if we saw a breakdown again in the RSI, of course, we still need to pay attention to that area of support, which is likely where the price will head next if the retest fails and we see a breakdown in the RSI. But once again, as of right now, that has not yet happened. And just taking another look at this daily Bitcoin chart, looking at the bullish divergence, technically speaking, this is still currently active because at least for now, we're still seeing these successful higher lows take place in the RSI above this ascending line of support. And so once again, while this is playing out, this is of course still playing out the bullish divergence, which means at the very least we're due to see a bit of a pause or relief from that bearish trend on the daily time frame. Because technically speaking, we have not yet fully confirmed a bullish trend reversal. If you're looking at the price alone, of course, we're still technically seeing lower highs and lower lows on the daily Bitcoin chart, which is technically a bearish trend. But we do have those early signs of a possible trend reversal, like a breakout in the RSI and also a bullish divergence playing out. But once again, at least for now, until we actually confirm some higher highs and higher lows in the price action, once again, this still means we're just due to see at the very least some sort of pause or relief from the bearish trend. And so far, this has been playing out over the last 1 to 2 weeks or so, since around 25k. And of course, this slight bullish relief looks more like a bullish trend on the smaller time frames, like here on the 4-hour Bitcoin chart. But obviously, a few days ago, we did see a small bearish divergence here on the 4-hour time frame, which resulted in a bit of a correction over the last few days. But technically speaking, this previous bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame is technically now invalid. It has already played out, it's already played its role. But what we have now seen over the last 1 day or so is simply some higher highs and higher lows in both the price and the RSI on the 4-hour time frame, which once again means the bearish divergence is now over on the 4-hour time frame. It has already played its part. And so considering that fact and considering the bullish divergence is still technically valid at the moment on the daily time frame, once again, this is potentially pointing towards at least a little bit more of a pause or relief from that bearish trend on the daily time frame. And as for short-term support and resistance here on the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, looking at the Fibonacci retracement tool from that 25k low up to this swing high, what we could see is right now, as of recording this video, we've just seen a rejection from this previous 23.6% Fibonacci level of support now acting as resistance, which was also resistance back here. And this level of resistance is sitting at approximately 26.8k to 26.9k. So like I said recently on the channel, that is an important level of resistance to pay attention to. But in a more bullish scenario, if we actually saw a breakout above around 26.9k, then in that case, we should also find some resistance at these local highs, sitting closer towards around 27.4 to 27.5k. And as for short-term support, right now, as of recording this video, the price of Bitcoin is testing the 50% retracement level, which is acting as a bit of short-term support, sitting closer towards around 26.1 to 26.2k. But if we end up seeing a confirmed break below around 26.1k, then in that case, we have the golden pocket area of support sitting in between around 25.8k to 25.9k. And below the golden pocket in a more bearish scenario, then in that case, we have the 78.6% Fibonacci level of support at around 25.4 to 25.5k. And below that level, we should also find support at these previous lows, sitting closer towards around 24.9k. But like I said, on the daily time frame, looking at the daily Bitcoin MACD, once again, this is still showing very low momentum, which once again means we do not currently have a strong direction on the chart, which is why we're seeing a lot of choppy sideways price action. And once again, choppy sideways price action is one of the most common outcomes from a bullish divergence, either choppy sideways price action, if not a slight bullish relief. Once again, just a bit of a pause from the bearish trend. But believe it or not, you can make a lot of money in crypto in choppy sideways price action just like this. And if you want to know how to do that, then stick around to the end of this video to find out more. But first, getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily ETH to US dollar chart. And right now, as of recording this video, the price of ETH is once again rejecting from this important area of resistance, sitting in between around 1620 to 1660. And once again, as I've explained over the last few weeks, this area of resistance is based on previous support and also the volume profile indicator showing a lot of selling pressure in that price range. And so once again, as I've said over the last few weeks, I would not really flip more bullish again until we at least see a confirmed breakout above around 1660, because obviously while the price is below that resistance, there's still a lot of selling pressure to the upside, and we're still technically seeing lower highs and lower lows in the price in the daily time frame. And as for the daily Ethereum price oscillators, first of all, the daily Ethereum MACD is still showing very low momentum, which once again means we do not currently have a strong direction on the charts, which is why we have been seeing a lot of choppy sideways price action over the last 1 to 2 weeks or so. And as for the daily Ethereum RSI, once again, technically speaking, we still have an active bullish divergence playing out, which once again means we're due to see either some choppy sideways price action, if not a slight bullish relief, basically a pause from that bearish trend here on the daily time frame. And as for short-term support and resistance, looking at the 4-hour ETH to US dollar chart, just now at the time of recording this video, the price of ETH is experiencing a rejection from this 23.6% Fibonacci level, which was also resistance back here, sitting at approximately 1635. And as you can see in the price action, the price of ETH got within around $1 or less to that exact level of resistance before seeing a perfect rejection from that level of resistance, which I have talked about over the last few days. And now, if the price of ETH were to actually break out above around 1635 with confirmation with candle closes above that level, then in that case, the next resistance to pay attention to is simply these highs sitting closer towards around 1660 to 1670. And as for short-term support, at the moment, the price of ETH is testing this previous level of resistance, which could now act as a bit of support in the short term, sitting at approximately 1.6k. But if we end up seeing a confirmed break below 1.6k again, then in that case, we do have the golden pocket acting as support in between around 1578 to 1583. But if that area does not hold up as support, then in that case, we have the 78.6% Fibonacci level of support at around 1560. And below that level, we should also find some support at these previous lows sitting at around 1530. But once again, right now on the daily time frame, the MACD is showing very low momentum, which is why we're seeing a lot of these choppy sideways price action movements. But believe it or not, you can actually make a lot of money in crypto even during choppy sideways price action recession just like this. And if you want to know how to do that, then check out these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how to make money if the price is trending bullish or bearish using AI, but you should check out the video in the bottom left, which shows you how you can make money very easily during choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.